afternoon or evening, whichever time that you are practicing. Um, for those of you that know me, there's a little bit of a transition from the studio closing till when I start teaching at Advent Fieldhouse and Laws of Fitness. So I just wanted to share a practice to keep you moving and motivated and peaceful, most of all. So I always like having blocks available. Sometimes we use them, sometimes we don't. So if you have them, great. They're kind of a nice tool. We're just going to begin by starting getting centered and grounded, and you are welcome to sit any way that feels comfortable for you. Think about organizing your spine. Sit tall. Try to find equal parts of effort and ease. You might soften or close your eyes here and begin to notice that your body is moving. And when we begin to notice our body is moving, noticing what is moving our body. Is it your breath moving your body? In yoga, we want to take long, slow, deep breaths. And if nose breathing is available to you, please use your nose. And if it's not, mouth breathing is fine too. Let's just take a moment here and take a few long, slow, deep breaths. Deep breathing helps bring us into this present moment, helps keeps us centered and grounded. And if you like making a dedication or a mantra for your practice, take this time to do that now. I've been using the mantra of a palm tree that I am deeply rooted, far and wide, and flexible. From here, let's begin to move our joints a little bit. I'd like you to use the tip of your nose and just begin to make some small circles in one direction. And with each rotation, let your circles become a little bit bigger to cover more area, more space. And as you do this, noticing any sensations or sounds that come up. Beginning to let your circles become very big, taking up as much space as is available. One more round here. Pausing with your chin down to your chest. Relax your shoulders here. As you're inhaling, bring your ears over your shoulders. Bring your hands around behind you. Reach your knuckles down. Lift your sternum, you might lift your face. Deep breaths in and out through your nose or your mouth. And let's come back into center here. We're gonna make those circles going the opposite direction. And you might be like, oh my gosh, I don't know which way I went. Go the way that does not feel natural to you. So we'll begin small circles. And for me, when I go the opposite direction, it feels not as fluid, not as easy. It doesn't feel like I'm necessarily even making a circle, but kind of a blob shape. With each rotation, we are letting the circles become bigger to take up more area and more space. And then letting those circles become even bigger. Noticing any sound that might be associated here. Any snap, crackling, crunching, popping. And the next time that your chin is at your chest, stay right there. Let your shoulders round forward. And then begin to press it down to stack your joints. Here again, ears over the shoulders. Interlace your hands behind you. Reach your knuckles down. Lift up through your sternum. Deep breaths here. All right. Now release your hands and we're going to come forward. And again, it doesn't matter what shape you're in. We're coming forward, letting your forehead come onto the mat or onto a block. And just taking a few breaths here, mindful breathing. And begin to walk yourself up nice and slow. Think about bringing your heart over your hips, your ears over your heart. Let your arms come down by your sides. We'll inhale, take the arms up. And exhale, arms down. And if you're sitting cross-legged, should have mentioned this earlier, you might want to cross the change of your legs so we're equal on both sides. We're just inhaling our arms up, exhaling down, creating some space. Big deep breaths. Next time your arms are up, I'd like you to let your left arm come forward and your right arm come back. So we're getting some range of motion in the shoulders, and then come up and we'll go the other side. Right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale up, left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Keep going at your own pace. Let your breath be your metronome. One more time here. All right, bring it up. Let your left arm come forward and your right arm come back. Left hand will take your right knee. Right hand's coming around behind. And we'll move into a spinal twist here. You might look out over your right shoulder. You could look forward or to your left shoulder. Keep breathing mindfully. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's inhale, sweep those arms back up. Let your right arm come forward, your left arm's coming back, and the right hand will take the left knee. The left hand comes around behind. We're rotating to our left, to your left. Maybe you're looking out the left, forward, to the right. Deep diaphragmatic breathing here. And let's unwind, come back to center, organize your body. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands around behind you. Interlace your hands, reach your knuckles down, lift your sternum, maybe lift your chin, and then come back into neutral. Inhale, arms up. Interlace your hands, bring your palms forward, round your back. Scoop it in. Inhale up, exhale, let your hands come down around behind you. Interlace your hands behind you, lift your sternum here. Release, bring it up. Interlace your hands, palms forward, back, rounds, scoop it in. One more time, bring it up, breathe in. And breathe out, hands come around behind, interlace, reach down, lift up. Come back through center, sweep it up. Hands interlace, reach your palms forward. With your breath, come on up. We're gonna let our right hand come down and our left arm's gonna come over to the right, and we'll inhale, sweeping up. Imagine that you're a palm tree here, especially if you live in Florida. The last time we had a hurricane, I was sitting on my patio and the palm tree that's no longer in my front yard was swaying left and right. And the next time you're to one side or the other, stay right there. Reach out through your fingertips. Keep breathing. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And press down to come up. Let your left hand come down, or other hand come down, I should say. We're just going to the other side, getting this lateral stretch. Big, deep diaphragmatic breathing here. And come on back through the center. Let's inhale, come up, sweep your arms up. As you're exhaling, we're going to come into all fours here. Spread your fingertips out wide, knees are under hips. And we're going to begin to make some big hip circles here. Warming up our lower body joints, our hips, knees, our shoulders and our wrists are getting some movement here, as well as our spine. Let's take it around the other way. Slow and easy does it here. Keeping the breath as your anchor or your thread throughout this practice. We'll pause here in all fours. I'm just going to turn the other way, and we're taking our right leg back. Reach back through your heel. Open up the back of your right leg. Come onto the pads of your left fingertips, and then maybe we float it up. Maybe we float it up, maybe we don't. Keep breathing, and keep breathing. Let your left hand come down. We're going to take the right foot out to the right, pressing down in your left hand. Take your right arm up. Look where it's comfortable for your neck. And then bring your right hand onto your waist. Bring your torso up. So we're coming into gate pose, trying to square the hips a bit. Let your right hand come onto your right thigh. Take your left arm straight up here, and we'll lean over to the right. Inhale, let's come up. Let your left hand come down. Both hands come back down here. We're bringing our right knee back. Roll your toes under. Let's take it up into our first downward facing dog of this practice today. Walk it out a little bit. Maybe you nod your head. What is your body requesting from you today? Keep your breath as your anchor. Nod your head out a little bit if that feels good. And then let's make our way back into all fours here. Once we're in all fours, we're going to take our left arm up high to the sky. Sweep it under and through. We're threading the needle. Come to rest on the left side of your face here. You might walk your right arm forward. Walk your right hand back under your shoulder. We're going to press ourselves up. Come all the way up into kneeling. Bring your hands onto your low back, elbows close. Lift up through your heart space here. A little bit of squeeze on your back body muscles. Good. Let's come on back through center here. Find yourself back in all fours. And this time we'll be taking our left leg back. Left leg's going straight back. Reach through your heel. Come onto the tips of your right fingertips here. Extend through the crown of your head, and maybe we float the arm and the leg up. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Keep your face soft. Let your right hand come down. Take your left foot out to the left. Seal the sole of your left foot down. We're taking our left arm up. Stacking our shoulders here. Left leg is really strong. Bring your left hand onto your waist. Come on up here. Let your left hand come onto your left thigh. Right arm's coming up and over. We're coming into gate pose. Reach up here. Come on back through the center. Let your hands come down and bring your left knee back. Sweep your right arm up and we'll thread the needle here. Bring your right arm under and through. Rest on the side of your face. Maybe your left hand comes, the right side of your face. We're resting on the right side of our face here. Your left hand might come forward. And let's bring it back in here. Press down to come up. Let's make our way into kneeling. Bring your hands onto your low back. Elbows close, lift your sternum here. And come on back through center. Let your hands come down, roll your toes under. We're coming back into downward facing dog. Second one, feel it out. Keep your breath long, slow and smooth. And let's bring it back down. Come into all fours here. Let's take our right leg back and up, left arm up. Floating table, let your left hand come down, bring your right leg out to the right. And we're gonna take our left arm up and thread it through here. And you might walk your right hand towards the top of your mat. Maybe you bring your right hand around onto your low back. And you could bend your left elbow, let your left fingertips just gently press that right shoulder open. In whichever variation you are in, begin to unwind it here. Let your right hand come back down onto your mat and your left hand. And then we're going to take our left hand to the left edge of our mat. Float your right leg up, right arm up. Keep breathing here. Keep breathing. Keep your face soft. And let's bring that right knee back in, arm up. Inhale your arms up. Let your hands come around behind you. Either interlace or bring your hands onto your low back. Lift your heart space here. And let's make our way back through the center. Palms down, roll your toes under, downward facing dog. Deep breaths. Let's make our way back in to all fours here. And once we're in all fours, that left leg is going back. Right arm is forward. We're back in our balancing table position. Breathing long, slow, deep breaths and letting that right hand come down. Let your left foot come out to the left. Let's inhale that right arm up and we're going to sweep it under and through here, threading the needle. We're on the right side of our face. And you could stay here or walk your left hand forward. Or bring your left hand onto your low back. Maybe you bend your right elbow, let your right hand just gently open that left shoulder even more. Keep breathing here, opening up our front body so that we're more open-hearted when we go out into the world. And let's begin to unwind ourselves. Here, we're going to be bringing our right hand to the right edge of our mat. Left arm might lift, left leg might lift. Keep breathing here. Let's make our way back into kneeling. Bring your left knee down. Inhale your arms up. Interlace your hands. Reach your palms forward, round your back. Inhale, bring it up, bring your hands around behind. Interlace or let your hands come onto your low back. We're lifting up. Good, let's come on back through the center. Bring your hands down. Stub your toes under, take it back, downward facing dog. Walk it out here a little bit. From here, let's walk our feet to our hands towards the front of the mat, and we're just going to gently sway left and right. You could hold opposite elbows here if you like, if that feels good. And then let's press down to rise up. Inhale. your arms up. Interlace your hands, reach your palms up. Exhale, round your back, let your arms come forward, chin in. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, mountain pose. Let your hands come down by your sides. We'll do a few half sun salutations here. Inhale, take your arms up over your head. Exhale, soften your knees to fold forward. Let your chin come in towards your throat. And then inhale, bring your fingertips onto your shins. Come into a flat back here as you exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, rise up, sweep up. Exhale, bring your hands down the center line all the way to your sides here, shoulder blades together. Deep inhale in, big breath in. Exhale, soften your knees, fold forward. Let your chin come in towards your throat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rising up, sweeping the arms up. Exhale. Standing your ground, being firmly rooted. Let your hands come down. Inhale up. Exhale. Fold it forward. Inhale, fingertips on the shins. Exhale, fold it forward. This time we're going to take our right leg back. Let's take our right leg back into a lunge. So this is a great place that you can use blocks if you like using blocks. So letting the floor come a little closer to you here. Draw your shoulder blades together. Reach back through your back heel. Keep breathing here. We're going to bring our right knee down, toes down. Bring your arms right out in front. Your torso is stacking over your hips. Inhale, we're going to let that left arm go back. Right hand is taking the left knee. The left hand's coming on your low back. Give yourself a little twist here. Deep diaphragmatic breathing. Inhale and wind yourself. Let your hands come back onto your blocks or onto your mat. We're going to roll the back toes under, lift the knee. Step together, fold forward, let your head go. Inhale, rise all the way up, sweep your arms up. Interlace your hands, reach your palms up. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, bring it up, let your palms come together. Exhale, if you're using a mantra, bring it to your heart. I am grounded. Let your hands come down. Inhale, let's take it up. Big breath in. Exhale, softening to fold forward here. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold it forward. This time we're taking our left leg back that big step. So either hands on blocks or the mat. Draw your shoulder blades together here. Keep breathing mindfully in and out through your nose or your mouth. And then let's bring our left knee down, toenails down. Bring your torso over your hips, arms forward. We're taking our right arm back. Let your left hand come onto your right outer leg, right hands onto the low back. Give yourself a nice little twist here. Keep breathing mindfully. In and out through your nose or your mouth. One more breath here. Let's pause, unwind, frame your foot, roll your back toes under, lift your knee, step together, fold forward, let your head go. Inhale, we're going to rise all the way up here. Exhale your hands to your heart center. I'm just changing direction of where I'm going here. We're going to come into our mountain pose. Feet about hips width apart, really getting firmly grounded here. Inhale, bring your arms up. Find that back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find your flat back here. Exhale, folding, letting your hands frame your foot or come onto the blocks. Take your right leg back. Right leg's going back here. Shoulder blades are together. Sweep your hands back. Keep breathing here. Let your hands come down to frame your foot. Straighten your front leg. Rest over your front leg. And then bend your knee. Come back into the lunge. And then straighten your leg. And bend your knee. One more time, we're just gonna pause right here, let your head go. If you need to step your feet closer together to be comfortable, step your feet closer together. Deep diaphragmatic breathing. Let's bend our left knee. Step your right foot forward, folding forward here. Inhale, rise up. Sweep your arms up. Maybe you catch a little bit of back bend here. Exhale, your intention, your mantra, your affirmation to your heart space. Bring it back to neutral. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, let's swan dive forward. Let your head go. Inhale, find your flat back here. Exhale, folding. We're taking our left leg back this time. Our shoulder blades are coming together. And option to sweep your hands back. Everything is strong here. Right leg strong, left leg strong. The back is strong. We are breathing and smiling. Let your hands come on to your blocks. We will straighten and bend that front leg just a couple of times. Just a couple of times, straightening and bending here. And this last time, we're going to keep that right leg straight. Let your torso rest over your thigh. You can always step your back foot in if this feels intense. And then from here, let's bend our front knee, looking forward. Step your back foot forward, folding forward. Inhale, rise up. Big breath in and drawing your intention, what you hope to receive from your practice today, to your heart space. Let your hands come down. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, find your flat back here. And as you exhale, we're going to step it back into downward facing dog. Spread your fingertips out wide. Imagine you're trying to stretch your mat with your hands. From here, we're going to come into a hovering table, letting the knees hover over your mat, shoulders over wrists, and then sweep it back. Downward dog, and then come forward. Hover in your table and sweep it back. And this time we're going to hover in our table here for a couple of long, slow, smooth breaths with a soft face. And take it back here, and then let's make our way down into all fours. Bring your block, if you're using a block, back by your right ankle here. Toes are stubbing under. Inhale, bring your arms forward. And we're going to be taking our right hand back towards the block. Left arm's going to come up, and then we're going to meet back in neutral here. And then take it back again. One more time, and we'll hold, and we'll pause. Hold and pause. Breathing, and breathing, and breathing. Let's take one more breath here. Windmill your hands down to your mat, just like that. Over there, find yourself back in downward facing dog here. And once you're in downward facing dog, we're going to take our right leg straight back, bring it forward and through, in between your hands, and we're going to have our left hand either on the block or on the mat here. Right arm is going up. Right arm is going up here, and then we're going to take our left hand under, palm up, let your right hand take your left palm, give yourself a little nudge. Keep breathing here. And let's unwind, straighten your front leg. Maybe your hands walk back this time. Taking advantage of the poses that feel as though you're resting, and that will differ for each and every one of us. And let's begin to unwind here. Bring your left knee down and bring your right knee down. Come up into kneeling. We're going to take our left toes under and bringing the block there. So it's completely optional, block use or not. We're going to bring the arms out in front. Our left hand is going back while our right arm is going up, and then we're going to come right back in front. Right arm up, left arm back, reaching towards the block, squeezing your glutes a little, bring it back, use your breath. This time we'll pause and we will hold and breathe. Make your way back through into all fours, however you need to get yourself there. Find your all fours, spread your fingertips out wide, take it back, downward facing dog. From down dog, we're going to find our hovering table here. Hover in your table, take it back nice and slow. Bend your knees a little bit, bring your wrist over your shoulders, hover in your table and take it back. And this last time we're gonna pause right here. Shoulders over wrists, knees under hips, belly engaged. Deep diaphragmatic breathing. And take it back, take your left leg up and bring it forward and through. Right hand is either on your mat or on a block. We're taking that left arm up. Breathing, long, slow, smooth breath. And then we're going to begin to bring our right hand under, left palm will touch. Press your palms together, give yourself a little squeeze. Keep breathing, a little twist here. Unwind. Let your hands go. Straighten your front leg. Maybe your fingertips walk back this time. How is your breathing? If your breathing has become labored, regulate it by slowing your breath down. Let's bend our knee, frame your foot, take it back. Downward facing dog here. From here, we're going to come forward into high or low plank. This is high plank, this is low plank. And then we're taking it back into down dog and coming forward again. I really encourage you to do what works for your body's current condition. We're going to pause here. Breathe, breathe, and breathe. Either come down through a push-up or chaturanga, or come down knees, chest, and chin. Resting on your forehead here, we're going to bring our elbows under our shoulders for the Sphinx pose. Keep drawing your shoulder blades together. Reach up through the crown of your head. This is called Sphinx pose. If anybody wanted to go a little deeper, seal pose is available by pressing down in your hands and lifting the arms, but really your back is going to be the teacher in this. All right, let's take one more breath here. Come on down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Press up into all fours. Your big toes might come together, hips towards your heels. Relax. Think about breathing into your low back where we were just bending at. And then let's make our way all the way back down onto our bellies here. Onto our bellies. We're going to bring our hands down by our sides. Rest on your chin or your forehead. Press down through your thighs, your pelvis, and on your in-breath, let's lift our face, our chest, the tops of our shoulders. Squeeze your back body here. Strengthen your back body. Deep diaphragmatic breathing. Release, come down. Bend your right knee, let your right hand take your right foot. And if your right hand can't take your foot, take your pants leg, or if you have a strap or a belt, bring it around your ankle. From here, extend your left arm forward and press into the tips of your fingers, the pads of your fingers. We're going to inhale, lift our face, our chest, our forearm. Press your right foot into your hand here. Maybe you float your left leg. Come down, release. Sweep your arms by your sides. Take a breather here. And with our next cycle of breath, we'll be lifting our face, our chest, our shoulders, our hands, and our feet. Coming into Superman or Superwoman. Deep diaphragmatic breaths here. And release. Coming down, bend your left knee. Hand takes your foot, your pants leg, maybe a strap. And let's bring our right arm forward towards the front of your mat. With your next cycle of breath, we're lifting our face, chest, forearm, pressing the left foot into the hand. Relax down. Bring your forearms out in front. Let your forehead rest. Maybe your heels drop away from one another. Let's bend our knees here. And just sway your lower legs from left to right. Sway your lower legs from left to right. Maybe a little circling feels good if that feels good. Just go both directions. And then we're going to pause. Extend your left leg. Keep your right knee bent. We're going to bring our right hand under our left shoulder and we're rolling over to come to seated with our right knee bent. So hugging it in here, wrap your left arm around your right leg. Let your right hand come around behind you for spinal twisting here. All right, let's begin to unwind. We're just going to come right back over onto our belly here. Extend your right leg. Bring your hands under your forehead. Relax. Sweep your hands down by your sides. with your breath, we're lifting everything, getting long. Letting this be more about length than lift. And relaxing down. Let your right hand come out by your right shoulder. Left hand might be by the left. We're going to bend our left leg and we're rolling over into seated here. Right leg will be extended. Bring your right arm around and let your left hand come around, coming into spinal twisting. And begin to unwind yourself here. We're going to roll right back onto our belly one more time. Sweep your hands by your sides. Let's come up one last time. Strengthen our backs one last time. For this practice, release down. Come and rest on a cheek. Maybe your palms turn up. Take a few mindful breaths here. And we'll turn the other cheek. Let your other cheek come down if your neck is agreeable. And then bring your head back to neutral. Bring your hands under your shoulders. We're going to roll right over onto our backs here. So coming on to lying down on your back. Dip your chin a little bit so that the back of your neck is long and free. And then let's lift up our feet. Give yourself a nice squeeze in, maybe a little sway left and right. Feels good to circle or pulse, just again, honoring your body. It'll be different every time. All right, let's pause. Let your left foot come to your mat with your knee bent. We're gonna let our right knee open in the direction of our right elbow, and you might bring your hand to the bottom of your foot, your ankle, your calf. This is half happy baby pose. Deep breathing here. The inner thigh is tight on us human beings, so directing your breath there. From here, we're going to bring the outside of our right ankle onto our top of our left thigh. Open your arms into the T position. So if this is too deep when you get into it, uncross the ankle. And you might look to your left here. Relax and release into it. And come on back through the center here. Uncross your right leg. You might need to readjust your hips here. Right foot's on the floor. Bring your left knee in. Hug it in. And let your left knee open out to the left, staying here, or a hand might come to shin, ankle, foot. If you have a tendency to bring your hand to the same place on your foot every time, change it up. Take your breath into where you're feeling sensation. Try to keep your neck neutral. So a lot of times I see this, which would be crowding the back of the neck. Let your chin come in. For some of us, that might require that we put something under our head. And if that's the case, a blanket or a block could work. Let's take the pinky toe edge of our left foot onto our right thigh. We're going to open the arms here and we're letting this figure four shape move over to your left. Again, if it's too deep, uncross the top leg. Keep breathing here. Keep releasing. Keep letting go. Keep softening. And we'll bring it back up. Nose up, knees up. Uncross the legs. Bring your knees in if you like. So just taking any last movements that feel good for you before coming into final relaxation, into Shavasana. All right. So if you have blocks and you would like to use them, one of the ways I enjoy using the blocks in Shavasana is bringing the blocks behind the thighs. It takes some of the pressure off of the low back. So feel free to come in this way if it feels better for your back. You're welcome to have your knees bent, legs extended, lying on your side, your belly. Just get comfortable. Maybe your hands are out by your sides or one hand on your low abdomen and your sternum. There is nothing left to do. Let your eyelids be closed or heavy here. There is absolutely nothing left for you to do except undo. Undo some of the habitual holdings on. Maybe releasing some of our habitual thought patterns. Just scanning your body, starting at the very top of your head. Can you relax and release your skull, the skin over your head, all around your ears? And can you release your ears, your earlobes, your inner ear canal, your neck, your throat? Just imagine somebody gently has their hands on your shoulders and they're pushing down towards the floor, down towards your hips, letting any tensions or tightnesses melt away. Letting the sense of relaxation flow down your arms into your hands and your fingertips. Again, you might bring into your imagination that somebody's just gently pressing down towards the floor in the direction of your waist, letting this sense of release, of relaxation move through your chest, your rib cage, waistline, into your abdomen, your glutes, your hips, letting your midsection soften and relax. And relaxing all the way down your thighs, knees, calves, ankles, your whole foot, your toes, top of the foot, bottom of the foot, your heels. And surrender the weight of your body to the floor. And if you are feeling physically relaxed, try to keep your attention with your breath. Try to keep your attention with your breath noticing when your mind wanders. When you notice your mind wanders, then just gently coax it back to noticing that you're breathing. And then noticing when it wanders again and gently coaxing it back to your breathing. If you're feeling pretty centered with your breath, if the attention can stay there for a bit, I invite you to spend a little time in that space after the exhalation. Try to linger in that space in the exhalation, right after the exhale. Mind wanders, bring it back. Notice your breath. See if you can linger in this space after the exhale just a little bit longer. Now just begin to notice if the mind was able to quiet down. Was there maybe even a millisecond of space between thoughts? Bringing your attention back to your pranic, energetic body, inviting in deeper breaths, taking up more space. And then inviting in some physical movement in whatever way feels appropriate this morning. Maybe some wiggles, stretches, yawns, whatever you need. And taking your time and being gentle with yourself. If it feels good to take a long stretch, a hug in. Maybe you rest on your side for a little bit and just take in how you're feeling. And eventually coming back up into a seated position, letting your eyelids remain heavy or closed, take in how you're feeling. I hope your practice today leaves you feeling grounded, centered, balanced, and peaceful, and that you can take that out into our world. My light recognizes your light. Namaste.